Good evening, everybody. I'm Jim. That's Warren. You're watching Vendor Corner, brought to you by Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot. This is show number 30. Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot is located in Central Florida. If you're ever in this area, stop by and check us out. Um, like I said, I'm Jim. That's Warren. We're both vendors here at Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot. I'm also the owner as well. Okay, what is Vendor Corner? A show to help guide other vendors in shops or malls like Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot, and to discuss topics of our industry. That sounds like somebody really wrote that. I must have done chat EBT or something to write it. No, I just wrote it myself. All right, we've got three topics that we're going to discuss today. Number one, yes, outside of sales, what keeps you at your mall? Number two, what will be hot in 2025? And number three, best way to track inventory. There we go. Right into number one here. What keeps you there? What keeps you there? What keeps you in the mall at Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot? Before you answer that, I'm going to give you the answers that I got online, and I'll bet they're the same answers that you would say. So here we go.
Okay.
Employees, friendly store, owners, other vendors. No commission was one of them. We don't have that here. Lots of cameras and theft protection. Yeah. Dealer meetings.
What a dealer.
Having dealer meetings, having vendor meetings.
Vendor meetings,
Yeah, a lot of
dealers.
shops
Okay.
call them dealers.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Overall, the number one thing was the owner and the other vendors. All right, the owner here, I can tell you that. It's probably the other vendors if they're staying because of that. So, yeah, those were the different things. Yeah, I found it interesting, the no commission one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody asked the question, I think they said besides rent or sales. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, because we know if you're successful, you'll stay anywhere. But these were the other than sales. So yeah, and then lots of cameras and theft protection. You know, we seem to talk about that a lot. We don't have a real problem here at Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot. We do have quite a few cameras. We don't have anybody that's like a security guard, but our vendors are plain closed a lot of times. Vendors are in here at different times because we allow our vendors to come in and redo their booths any day except Saturday. Saturday being our business day, and we don't want them in the way. They're courteous of the customer when they come in. They try not to make a mess or block access. They can't block access to anybody else's booth, but they try not to make block access to their own booth. And I don't know. I guess that helps. But yeah, theft isn't a big thing here. We do have some really cool vendors in here, though. We do. Yeah, we do. We have some really cool vendors, and they seem to always help. We have a core. Not that our other vendors are bad in any means, but we have a core that's really tight and always seems to want to help out each other. You know what I mean? I can think back. I mean, we've moved several booths with, you know, at different times. We moved your booth.
Oh yeah.
You weren't even here.
I was in Michigan.
He was in Michigan, and we moved his booth. So I mean, they're willing to help out. They're willing, you know, different eye. You know, having somebody to go into your booth and move some stuff around, it gives it a different perspective. So you know, it's really cool. So I think our biggest thing for retention is probably the fact that we have our vendors are really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it ain't, like I said, it ain't the owner. All right. Moving on to number two. What will be trending in 2025? Everybody always wants to know that. And I don't think there's a crystal ball to figure it out. I've gone online, I've done some research, and I've read some stuff. And half of what I read, you know, is true, and then the other half is not. So I'm just going to give you what people say are going to trend in 2025. Clear crystal vases, clear glasses, clear dishes. Whoo! Yeah, I find that hard. Even though I sold a clear bowl just the other day, and I thought, man, and it was pricey. It was pricey. So we kind of, sometimes when something comes to the counter and it sells and it's pricey, we're like, what the heck? You know what I mean? I've got one similar to in my booth for $4, and it's somebody's buying it for $25.
It's a name?
No, it's not the
Not
name.
even the name.
It's just weird sometimes. You just never know. And We don't ever, 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 never go, well, there's one cheaper over there. Yeah, we don't undercut each other. Another thing that they said was going to trend was seagulls. Yeah, I don't know. 70s stuff,
Okay,
I can see
maybe where
that.
that would be
brass.
always.
Well, brass is already
Yeah.
trending and has been.
Yeah.
Oil lanterns. I've seen
Really?
it. They've
Yeah.
ticked up a little bit in the past month or so. Colored glass, but it's always trended
Yeah.
well for us. Western cowboy.
No kidding.
Yeah, boots, bolos, hats, belt buckles.
Huh.
Well, we've had some
Yeah.
bolos in here and they've gone, I guess, and we
Belt
have people
buckle.
come in and ask for belt buckles.
Huh.
Strawberry stuff. I kind of get
the toy?
we're here in Central Florida. We're close to Plant City, which is the strawberry capital of the world. And so every year we have kind of like a holiday almost, like you have Christmas and you have Halloween, you have Easter. We have strawberry festival time and we sell a lot of strawberry stuff during that time. So it always for us. The same thing with aviation type things because we have Sun and Fun Fly-In, which is a big air show here in Central Florida, in Lakeland, where we're at. Aviation stuff trends during that time too.
Yes, big time.
Yep. Let's see. Camping gear, old camping gear from old stuff.
You talk about
Blankets and blankets and pots and pans
okay.
and stuff like that. I can't see wanting a tent from the
No.
1800s. It ain't gonna do much
Have
for
a
you.
couple holes in it.
Yep. And they also said people are also anticipating that home decor magazines will start selling.
Really?
Yeah. So there you go. Holiday stuff. Of course, it does every holiday. Christmas and Halloween and fall and Easter and spring.
Valentine's
Yeah,
Day, that's coming up, yeah.
So my take on what I think is going to trend. Okay, this is just my take. Animals, of course, they've been trending big here at Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot. I don't know if I'm saying anything new, but if they haven't trended for you, we sell a lot of animal figurines, whether they be ceramic, brass, copper, pewter, wood.
Wood carved.
Yeah, anything,
Hand carved.
any animals. We sell a ton of animals. So I think that will continue. Mushrooms, I said this last year, that mushrooms would trend, and they're going to trend again, I think, in 2025. We just don't have a lot of them. What I mean by mushrooms is mugs, shaped like a mushroom, little mushroom ceramic pieces, brass pieces, wood pieces, whatever, mushrooms. And then again, bugs too. I said it last year, but nobody really got out and got bugs, but bugs sell.
Frog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Bug
bugs.
a frog? Frog a
I don't
bug?
know. A frog's a reptile.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so and frogs have been going well lately too. And then my last thing would be fairy stuff. Like fairy lamps and fairy figurines. They
Tinkerbell?
really
Like Tinkerbell.
no. I think more on the on the gothic line of it. Yeah, that type of
okay,
fairy things,
okay.
and they sell really well.
Huh.
So I think that'll continue to sell in 2025. Moving right along. Our third topic, what's the best way to do inventory? By far, the number one thing that people said was Excel spreadsheets, the number one. Okay, QuickBooks. Some people said Sandpiper. Others said, a ledger book, an old ledger book, doing it that way. But yeah, so that people were asking, that was kind of the answers. My answer is, I don't know. I have to answer with a question. Why are you doing inventory? I mean, I can't imagine doing inventory with the sales that I do here at Decades. It would be impossible. Selling hundreds and hundreds of items every month, and then having to inventory them, and then check them back out, and then how are you ever going to know that it's not just sitting in the booth? I guess when I first started, I did a lot of it. I did a lot of inventory.
I did.
Then I went to where I would group it. So I would do weekend sales, and then I would kind of know, like, on this weekend, I bought all this stuff. But I only did that so that when I sold a few pieces of it, I felt at ease if I wanted to discount the other pieces. And then it's gotten to the point where it's just money out, money in. That's it.
Yeah.
how much I spend and how much I make. Yeah,
The la-
because
like a lot of, to me, a lot of waste of time to be doing that when you
Yeah.
could be either buying or putting stuff back on your shelves.
yeah, we take spend enough time just rearranging your booth and to write down everything or type in everything that you buy. Yeah. So
That's-
and then we
that's
get
what I
reports every month at the end of the month, so we could kind of see what we sell. So that helps us as far as replacement goes. But yeah, so yeah, that's just our opinion. Is no inventory sheets or anything like that.
Personal preference.
Personal preference, right? Yeah, you can go for that Excel spreadsheet. I use Excel spreadsheets for different aspects of the business. I just can't imagine doing that for every purchase. You know, yeah. Can you imagine that? We've been working on Pokemon, which is a collectible. We have a sale coming up. Can you imagine me logging in every single Pokemon card?
Oh boy.
Yeah. There's a stack back there, probably 300 or 400 of them.
Well, just your comics too.
Oh yeah, when we
My
did comics,
goodness.
yeah.
Oh,
Just anything in general. Like if you went out and you bought a big box of trains, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it had hundreds of trains, you're going to inventory each one of those? Yeah.
that's a toughie.
Because you might sell them separately. You know, it'd be easy if you sold them in a lot, you know,
Right.
the whole train set
Yeah,
or something like that. Crazy stuff. But anyways, it's your opinion. We appreciate you guys watching. I'm Jim. That's Warren. You've been watching
We're done already?
Vendor Corner. That's it. That's it. We had three
Holy moly.
things. Yeah. If you're ever in Central Florida, check us out. Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot, located in Central Florida. Let us know you're going to stop by, and we will make arrangements to have you as a guest on our show here.
Ooh, we
That'd
could
be
do
kind
that,
of cool. Yeah, super cool. All right. I'm Jim. Warren, you've been watching Vendor Corner. Have
See
a
you,
great
kids.
night. See you in 2 weeks.